I'm so sorry that I'm late.
No, it's okay.
Well, it was really good of you to wait.
I was looking forward to the company. Besides, I wanted to thank you.
For what?
Well, you're the only person outside of Susan LeMay and my children who hasn't tried to discourage me about Edmund.
Oh. Well, I couldn't do that.
You like Edmund?
I understand Edmund, I think. I guess what I mean to say is that the world is full of judgment as it is, and I don't pretend to know who should be together. It only gets me into trouble anyway, and you guys are grown-ups. And I do understand Edmund's appeal.
I love him. And I've come to understand that he loves me.
That's all that matters. What do your girlfriends have to say about this? I'm sure there's at least one that gets it.
I don't have women friends.
I don't have many myself. Holly Reed.
Holly, yes, she seems great from what I know.
She is. She really is. So I guess you were too busy playing with the boys, too?
No. I've always been sort of a loner. I haven't had many close friends. Rick, my mother, Philip. Mostly Philip. But from what I've seen, you're very good at it.
What?
Playing with the boys.
Oh, you're talking about Alan. Yes, Alan, I understand.
So you know never to turn your back.
Of course.
So what is this business deal that you're discussing with Edmund?
Are you truly interested?
Yes, I truly am.
You may live to regret those words.
You know, if you had a gallery right here where the cruise ships dock.
You know what? That's a great idea. Consider it done.
Terrific. It's brilliant, Olivia, really, the whole thing. If there's anything that I can do to help, please let me know.
Well, I understand you have a bit of influence with the new prince.
A bit.
Well, a little enthusiasm of yours thrown his way certainly couldn't hurt.
Consider it done.
Great. This is really serious with you and Edmund, isn't it? I'm sorry, it's none of my business. I shouldn't have...
No, it's all right. I guess I have a little trouble admitting just how serious it is. I love him. I can say that. But it's more than that. I think I'd do almost anything for him.
No matter what the cost?
Except giving up my children, yes. It's like I found a part of myself that I never knew. And so is Edmund. And I know people really don't want to hear this, but I think that he and I could be very good for each other.
Thought you might like to join us for some refreshment before you're shown to your rooms, Olivia.
Oh, a tea party. Have very St. Christobolium.
Yes, I know. We're an anachronism, which is exactly what we plan on marketing.
A tropical paradise with European manners, exactly.
Good.
Well, shall I pour us all some tea?
Well, could you hold off on that for a moment? There's a very important matter concerning the coronation I'd like to discuss with you.
Oh, of course.
Good. Would you excuse us for a moment, Olivia? I know it's terribly rude, but duty calls. We'll be right back.
No problem. I'll just kick back and listen to the ocean and see what it feels like to be a tourist for a while.
Good. That's the spirit. Have some tea and try the cucumber sandwiches. They hit the spot. Beth sends her apologies. She wanted to do some unpacking before she joined us for tea, so you're stuck with me, I'm afraid.
All your urgent coronation business has been resolved?
Quite.
I've always loved a good coronation. Now, Richard's was very impressive.
Well, this one will be a great deal more modest, but celebratory nonetheless.
Well, in that case, I hope we can get our work done quickly so I can really enjoy myself.
Well, that's pretty much up to you, isn't it?
Well, I have the funds in hand, Edmund.
Really? Mm-hmm. The funds you have, you were able to raise them that quickly. What? A bank loan?
Banks ask too many questions.
Good, how true.
Actually, Spaulding decided to invest in the growth of Lewis Construction.
Spaulding?
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I have a hard time imagining Philip would green light any investment that's connected to me.
Well, I hardly think that Alan consulted with Philip. We sort of came to our own private understanding.
Olivia, I suspect you could sell snow to the Inuit.
I suspect you're right, especially since I have so much at stake in this deal. Now, Edmund, shall we put our cards on the table?
Olivia, I hope you haven't gone out on a limb over this. You know, told Josh it was a fait accompli, spent the profits.
Why?
Well, I've had enough difficulty with the Spauldings, and I have no desire to further entangle myself with those people. So, I'm sorry, but the deal is off.
A hell of a time to back out, Edmund. I have worked very hard on this.
I'm sorry, perhaps down the line when you don't need Spaulding's filthy lucre.
Actually, I wouldn't have gone to Spaulding at all, except you insisted on a kickback.
I believe I called it a show of good faith, a commitment
let's call
bond.
it a spade, shall we? I was prepared to offer you $10 million, Edmund.
Well, somehow it's less appealing than it once was.
You have no problem with Spaulding's money. This is a negotiation tactic.
Maybe, maybe not.
Hasn't anyone ever told you it's very unchivalrous to be greedy? Who else is going to offer you 8 figures for 10 minutes of work, Edmund? I mean, really?
What?
A phone call to economic development in a press conference?
Royalty is expensive.
Even royalty can't buy you the goodwill that this deal will generate for you.
Good point.
Oh, come on, Your Highness. I'm a poor girl. I mean, this is really a no-brainer.
You're right.
You realize, given the size of the kickback...
Commitment bond.
Oh, kickback. I'll have to pay it off in installments.
All right. Shall we say half now and half when we break ground?
3 equal payments. One now, one upon signing the deal, and one when we break ground, each to be deposited into a bank account, a numbered bank account in San Joaquin.
3 equal payments of $3,333,333.33. No, I don't think so. That leaves us a penny short.
Oh.
Tell you what, I'll flip you for it. All right. Your call.
Heads.
You win.
Oh, good. I'll take this as your pledge.
My word is my bond.
Be that as it may, I'd like something in writing.
Not a chance.
It's a deal breaker, Edmund.
It would also incriminate us both.
True, but that way we both be less tempted to produce it.
So then what's the point?
I don't know, I suppose a stalemate? I think we need something to keep each other honest.
You know, I do love doing business with someone who doesn't pull her punches.
Or who isn't afraid to go after what she wants, regardless of public opinion or mundane obstacles. Yes, Edmund, do not cross me.
Oh, I always did like you, Olivia. You know, by God, if Richard had married you, you would have persuaded him to keep his illegitimacy a secret, and he'd still be on the throne. Because you're right, Olivia, the end does justify the means. And now Josh is going to profit from your single-mindedness of purpose.
And so will you. Mrs. Lewis here.
Well, I hope you're on your way home because your brother's scaring me.
You're not talking political theory with him, are you?
No, geography, actually. When are you coming home? I miss you.
The coronation is in 2 days, and I'll be home soon after that. Josh, we have a deal.
Really?
We have a commitment and a letter of intent. We are rebuilding the San Cristobal waterfront. You know, once I get home, we need to sit down with Billy and come up with a real budget.
Great, we'll do that. Listen, do you know anything about Richard and Cassie, Reva's ward?
No, no sign of them yet.
Is Edmund looking for them?
Probably, but I don't think he has any intention of hurting them, Josh. He just doesn't want them to ruin his coronation.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would like to ruin that coronation. In fact, I bet you're glad that I'm not there.
Is it always going to be like this? You know, working together on this project?
No, Olivia, I'm sure I'll get used to the idea of being in business with Edmund and Alan. And hey, if not, I'll just forget every once in a while.
Could you stop that? You're in business with me, okay? Alan is floating us alone. Edmund is recommending us to economic development. They don't have a shred of control.
I suppose that helps a bit.
Good. Tell Reva not to worry about Cassie. She's with Richard. I'm sure the two of them are going to be fine.